Well, Jenna, first of all, he is justifying being ahead of Chris Paul on my MVP ballot. So I like that. I had him second behind Nikola Jokic. So there's one thing.
Can justify it.
No, I'm not justifying. Justification. Justification. Not the reason.
Go ahead.
Just justifying it. But look, I'm going to say this. 13 for 17 from the foul line. This is evidence of Giannis's mental toughness. The fact that this guy, because he not only misses free throws, he airballs free throws. Like sometimes 2 in a game. And for him to not let that disturb him, for him to, on the next possession, come down and attack the rim and get fouled and continue to go to the line. We saw what happened with Ben Simmons. And this is the exact opposite. I got to give him props for his, first of all, willingness to continue to go to the line and then occasionally have a night like he had last night and hit him. It's a sign of mental toughness. But last night he played the way I really wanted him to play like all season. It's skewed. Don't worry about the jump shot. Don't worry about the three-point shot. Do your damage in the paint. And Wild said it earlier, his average distance on his shot last night was 2 feet. Only 5 of his 23 attempts was outside the paint, and 2 of those were on the low block, just outside of the paint. So he was doing it inside, and the thing is, it's not like he has to just post up like Shaq. He can get there on the post up. He obviously can get there on the putback like Shaq and the other great big men of the past, but also cutting and diving, picking and rolling, things like that. Like he can get to the paint, even in transition with his Euro step. He can get there so many ways that he doesn't have to just settle for the jumper, which obviously is a weakness. But let me say that he is proving, I think Nick's going to get to this, he's proving he is historically great. And he's only probably 75% of what he can be at 26 years old, because with his work ethic and the mental toughness I said earlier, he's going to improve dramatically on his jump shot. Not going to be Kevin Durant, but he's going to eventually get a really nice mid-range shot. Occasionally will be able to shoot well from 3, and then he's going to be unstoppable.
Listen, unstoppable because, what is he, 7 feet tall? He's tall, he's fast, he's physical, he's strong, he's aggressive, he has that dog, he's that nastiness about him. That's why his game is different. So yes, if he develops a shot, then he'll be one of the greatest that we've ever seen. I mean, he's already on track to be, top 15, top 20 of all time, Nick. I'm not sure. You usually double down on that type of stuff.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, Giannis is just a freak. That's his nickname. He's a freak. So I'm not surprised by 40 points and 10 rebounds, 13 rebounds. Not surprised by that. I've been saying it all playoffs. He's an easy 30, easy 10. What I am surprised about is the anomaly, and that's 13 for 17 at the free throw line. That was different. Now, I don't expect that. I don't expect to see that moving forward. The thing that I really want to talk about is he's doing this coming off of a hyperextended knee. Now, look, let's go back to when he hurt that knee. If he came back in that game, finished that game, and came back the game after that, then it wouldn't be a story, because we see freakish stuff all the time. We see guys hurt themselves and then come back, and then all of a sudden, they're okay. But this dude missed the final 2 games in the Hawks series, Nick. That was a serious knee injury. Yeah. He thought he was done for a year, not a series or the rest of the playoffs, a year. And now he's playing better than what he was before. So that's the thing to really talk about. I hyperextended my knee coming off of probably my best NFL season, where I had 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns, all-pro year, Pro Bowler, all of that stuff. It took me 10 weeks to feel normal again. All I could do is run north and south. I couldn't go east and west. So for him to be doing this in 2 weeks, this is just different. So freak, bionic man, whatever you want to call him, but this dude is just different.
Well, I agree with all that, and I want to bounce some things off Broussard. And for our great producers, hold the graphic for a moment, because I'll get to the graphic at the end. But I do think we are a little numb to how rare these types of finals performances are because, and Broussard shoehorned him into the show, so LeBron James has made us numb to it. Because, Giannis, back-to-back 40-point games, first guy to do that since LeBron. A 40, 10, and 5 in the finals, first guy to do that since LeBron. This many points in the paint, last 25 years, the only guys to do that in a finals game, Shaq and LeBron. And 40 points in the finals. Broussard, Giannis has done it in 2 of his 3 career finals games. 40 points. We'll get to the double-double stuff in a moment. As great as KD is, he's done it once. Kobe only had 1 40-point finals game. In the last 40 years, only LeBron, Michael, and Shaq have 3 or more 40-point finals games. Does anybody think Giannis is not going to score 40 again this series? Anybody? Of course not. He'll do it again, and then all of a sudden, after 1 NBA Finals, he's got the 4th most career 40-point finals games of the last 40 years. And then when you add to it that he's doing not just scoring, now we can show the graphic. This is all of NBA history, not in a single postseason, but for someone's career. 40-point double-doubles in the finals. So you've got NBA royalty on the right-hand side, kind of, older generation, obviously. Shaq, LeBron, and then Giannis. That's the whole list of guys with more than 1 40-point double-double. There's only 13 guys, by the way, that even have 1. So I say all that to say this, Broussard, and I want to get you back in, and then I know we'll get to Wilds. If the 45% chance that you gave the Bucks comes in, if Giannis and the Bucks pull this off, as I think they will, and he doesn't score 40 every game the rest of the way, but he keeps up around this level of play, will you be comfortable doing what I'm going to be comfortable doing, which is saying that man right there, not Chris Middleton, Giannis, is the best basketball player in the world? If this can't earn you that title after 2 MVPs, after going through KD, if he does this, will that make you comfortable calling him the best player in the world?
Here's what I'd have to see. Like last night, he oftentimes plays to his weakness, which is his outside shot, right? Last night he didn't do that. If he continues to play like this, I won't care that he can't shoot jump shots, right? We won't care because it won't matter. So if he plays the rest of the series, as you said, they win the series, and he's doing it as he did last night, it's hard not to give him that title because everybody's got some type of weakness. LeBron's not a terrific jump shooter. He's obviously far better than Giannis, but Durant's got certain weaknesses. So, let's see how it happens, but I think there's a possibility if he continues to play to his strengths and doesn't just highlight his weaknesses so much.
Broussard, you and I have a standing reservation at the commissioner's office. Every Monday we go over and we try to lobby for a vote for Nick. We've been unsuccessful for the last 2 years, but we're on the books today, and I want to add something to our agenda. I am going to petition the league office to move Giannis's 41 up to about 53, and I want that to be the official score of tonight's game or last night's game. And say, why, Wilds? Because this was actually Ayton's game. DeAndre Ayton had 12 points in the first quarter. Giannis got him in foul trouble. He ended up with 18. So that's what I'm talking about, the trickle-down effect of Giannis, where Giannis's game is not just showing up with 41 points, 13 rebounds. He's actually taking away points from other players. Right. So DeAndre Ayton was supposed to have a great game, and he didn't have it because Giannis's game was so great. So I think that's the part of the trickle-down effect of a bully ball. Like, we're like, oh, it's bully ball. All right. There's a difference between playing bully ball and being dominant. When you're bullying someone, the other person is being intimidated out. DeAndre Ayton was intimidated out. And Devin Booker, I think, when you look across the floor and he's like, you know what, I'm the best player on the court, you end up with 10 points and the other guy ends up with 41. That is an example of Giannis's bully ball. So, Broussard, I just want to add that in. I need your support. I'm going to move Giannis up to 53 points for last night. And we got to get Nick a vote.
We'll
make that early on in the
You
meeting.
make a great point, Wilds. I mean, that's why he can't settle. I hate to keep driving this point, but when he settles for the jumper, he lets the defense off the hook in so many ways. One, because you're probably going to miss it. But two, because he never would have gotten Ayton in that type of foul trouble if he's just shooting jumpers. So you're right on the money with that one.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.